conversation at the film festival about the choices that women directors make in terms of character, casting, writing, creating stories that feature a female protagonist. Often, I would say, over 90% of the films that come to this film festival, and I'm not sure about other film festivals, but are often not only directed by a woman, they're also written by that same woman, or co-written by that woman, and produced or co-produced. There's a wearing of many hats in the production. And I think that, well, I wanted your thoughts on that. I mean, in terms of, you know, male directors and women directors, do you think, is there a difference? Is there something unique and distinct about what women do and how they treat film and story and character that's different than our male counterparts? And if so, what is that in your opinion?
That's such a great and complicated question that we probably could be a week here, all of us, talking about what we think about this, because it is a complicated question. And I don't have one answer for it, but I have some observations because I've been asked about. My favorite way, you asked it in a really beautiful and complex way, but sometimes I've been asked, like, what's it like to direct as a woman? And I always say, like, I've never directed as a man, so I don't know the difference. But I think that the artists that I admire most are people who are, I'm looking for a word if it exists, ambisexual, that we carry both things inside of us. And I think that the artists that I admire most, whether they're musicians or filmmakers or actors, they have a quality of male and female inside them. And I really relate to that. And I think that in terms of storytelling, I mean, another movie that greatly influenced this movie, and I thought about a lot, was a movie called A Woman Under the Influence by John Cassavetes directing it. Jenna Rollins, his wife, starred in it, but John Cassavetes directed and wrote it, and you can't get a more brilliant portrait of a woman's, you know, falling apart than that. And I think that Jenna Rollins is playing John Cassavetes in that movie, so I think, you know, so there's his feminine side coming out, and there's projects that I have that have men as the leads, but probably not seen in forms that are not commonly seen. So I think the best way to approach this is to sort of find both genders inside you and put that out. But having said that, when I do read every couple of years, there'll be an article out like, why are there not more women directors? Have you read this article lately? It comes out, they recycle it. It's the same article. Like, why are there not more like, and then they will always find the people. They don't usually interview too many women directors. They'll always find the people in the industry, and sadly they'll find women executives, which I think is very unfair, because they'll like pinpoint and say, well, like, why do you think that there are people like you, like directors? And really, that's not where you look for that answer. And usually they'll get people to say things like, well, you know, women, they really don't like to do things like tell other people what to do. And I'm like, first of all, that's so not true. And second of all, I so enjoy leading a group of people of 100 or 10, depending on the size of the project, leading them to a place that I think is a great place to be. So it's an odd thing to say, and I think that even as you say something like that, it just feels wrong and limiting and doesn't sound honest or real. So